I got to ask you guys a question. All right, are you a fan of French fries? Right.
I love French fries.
French fries are a great snack. Now, there's certain French fries where you go to a place and they serve them in a brown paper bag. And what ends up happening is they get a little bit...
It's real greasy.
Yeah, they're greasy, but they're a little soggy, the ones towards the end. And the reason I was asking that is because Russell Wilson had one of those French fries on the end of his hand last night. And
the soggy finger.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how's that going for Russ? What the hell was that, man? All of a sudden, he puts his hand up to the camera and his middle finger's doing a post pattern. Like, what are we doing here?
Mr. Unlimited.
No, let me tell you something, buddy. You're limited right now.
Unlimited.
He's limited right now. Try playing a video game now, chump. He's screwed, man. That guy's screwed.
What you got against Russ?
It's just a little bit of an ego. The guy, a little bit of an ego. Just saying.
Time for y'all to go to bed.
Time for y'all to straighten my hand out.
It's time for us to go to bed.
Okay, in all seriousness, the hell was that?
It's called mallet finger. I actually had this happen to my right index finger. Yeah. And there's only really one way you can go about fixing it. What happens is you end up, and I don't know the severity of it, but I had like a broke bone and then ripped off tendons in the top of my finger. Ugh. And so you can't really move your finger up. It will only like droop down. You can kind of pull a little bit. But the problem is, obviously, you need those fingers to throw and control the football. So what they'll do is they will put in, and in my case, we tried to play with it. Wasn't going to work. They had to put in 2 pins, and you have to put a cast on your hand and all this stuff. So that's the weird thing about this is Russ has never missed a start. He's never missed a start. And I don't know how, like, if they did surgery right away and put 1 pin in.
I know why.
I'm not sure how he would be able to come back and start next week because you need time to let everything settle and be rigid and heal. And plus, like, it's only going to get worse. So you can try to tape it up and do some things to it because your middle finger is going to end up being the second to last thing that touches the football. Your index finger is the actual last thing. And so that's why those 2 fingers are so important, and that's why you had to come out of the game. So they've got to do something. But if they have to put pins in and he has surgery, I'll be curious to see how that works out over the course of the next couple of weeks if he does start. Because remember, he's never missed a start. He's been so durable.
Yeah. I have a mallet finger as well, and it was 2 helmets, 2 linemen. Clashed helmets, and my finger was in between it.
Oh, God.
Oh, bro, one of the worst feelings you'd ever feel. I did play, though. I played. In fact, I continued to practice. We just buddy taped it. So I think quarterbacks have a little bit of a different dilemma because they have to be able to handle the ball. And I'm certain that it's all about how you spread your fingers and how you're able to manipulate the balls that you're throwing.
Just keep it together.
That's
on you. That's on you, man.
Well, that's the truth. Like your hands and your fingers have got. I mean, Brady, you're a QB, right? You got to be able to spread your fingers all over the ball and be able to
use your fingers, man.
There you go. So I mean, for me, it was a simple buddy tape my fingers and keep going. And then you have to, like you said, either it's a surgical procedure where they got to put pins in it. For me, they just put it's like a mini cast that they put on the end of your finger, and it keeps your finger straight. It's almost like a cast/splint type of deal, and it is the most uncomfortable feeling your finger being pushed the opposite direction of where it wants to go. And I took it off. And to this day, I mean, it isn't as bad as it was when I first did it, but it looks like I have a double-jointed finger. Like, you know how people can double joint and that, like, their fingers do that weird little thing, like what Russ's finger looked like last night.
Yeah.
I mean, some guys have a lot of them though. Like, there's some dudes that all their fingers are jacked up.
Brian Baldinger's finger.
Oh,
looks like it's been trying to fall off for 10 years, and it just he operates and functions at a high level.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Chuck Bednarik had some of the wildest fingers, man.
He did.
Oof.
I remember Anthony Munoz spoke at some, I think we were in high school. It might have been one of the U.S. Army All-American game. He was up there speaking he lifted his hand up, and it looked like he was pointing in 4 different directions. I was like, oh, my God.
Right.
and I was like, I can't even look at that. It was so distracting. I mean, literally, there was like 1 point east, 1 point north, 1 west. There was like a 1 down, and he had like 1 finger up. It sounded like a directional school.
And the one saving grace for Russell Wilson is that they do have their bye week next because they're at Pittsburgh. So I'm just saying that's
that was cold-blooded.
I'm just saying. Listen,
cold-blooded.
Yeah, there is a bright spot here. But Pete Carroll, his head coach, actually spoke about the situation afterwards.
This is a significant night because Russell wasn't able to finish the second half. He's got a badly sprained finger that we need to figure out. There's work to be done in assessing all of that. Russell's one of the great healers of all time, and he'll do whatever he can to get back as soon as absolutely possible.
Great healer.
Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, just
That's
ask
an
him.
Interesting way of putting it.
Ask him. He'll probably tell you. Don't worry. Russ will be the first to tell you that he is. That'll be something.
I'm a great football player.
Of course.
I know I've been great. I know I will be great. And I'll continue to be great.
Team guy, man. Team guy through and through. Not about him, everybody. It's never about him. Y'all got a deal. This is what I would ask you. Okay.
Dang, Jonas.
The fact that, all right, listen, he wore me out during the offseason. I'm still trying to forgive him for that.
The private jet was the one that did it.
Yeah.
That was the private jet.
Listen, I love Russell Wilson. I think he's.
No, you don't.
I do. I really do. And by the way, Brady, the fact that he's his size and has never missed a start, that's incredible, man. Is that just somebody who just knows how to get out of dodge, who knows how to avoid injury, who plays? And I know he's got a baseball background and he's learned how to slide differently, and everybody's made a big story about that. The fact that he's never missed a start at that size, I think, is even more impressive.
Well, you got to look at he's not like skinny. I mean, he's durable. That dude is thick. Like he's kind of. I mean, he's built. I mean, he gets after it, working out and all that. So it's not like he's got a smaller frame. But yeah, I think he makes really good decisions when he's outside the pocket of. I don't know if you want to call it a business decision or whatever else, but like he will make some decisions at times where he knows he can get down or get rid of the football. But even that, like even saying that. He's got to be lucky, too, because their offensive line's been awful since he's been there. I mean, it's not been good. So the fact that he's been able to survive despite that, to me, is kind of telling of just the luck that's been on their side. I think how mobile he is, the job they do kind of working around that. But, yeah, no, I mean, he's been lucky, man. He really has.